Alright, let's lock in. Fried. It's tough, bro. Try to get the SH out of the way. Shank. Alright. Indian. Indian. Hmm. Panty. Nice. Banjo. Oof. Is it double letter canal? Wait. Anything with the U? Might be canal. Let's go. Let's go. That was risky, but easy. What's up, Bubs? What's up, YouTube? What's up, VOD watchers? Welcome back. We're gonna watch more of the video. We're still watching the how classical architecture began in ancient Greece. Survey of Classical Architecture Part 1. This is by, there's a professor at Notre Dame, and he's a super nerd about this, but we turned on the music a little bit, maybe? We'll leave the music on because it watches like a university lecture. And we got it on 1.15 speed because he talks super slow. But you guys ready? So we just covered the column orders. There's Ionic, Doric, or I guess Doric, Ionic, Corinthian, and then Corinthian has 3 types. And I can't remember. Yeah, Basse, Lysicrates, and Epidaurus. They honestly all look pretty similar to me, but they had similar motifs, like the curved corners here, and then the rosettes or spirals in the center, as well as lots of decorative flooring, or decorative floral. I don't know what the difference is between them, but they all look pretty fancy. now we're moving on to Greek proportioning systems. So it should be somewhat interesting, especially since with the column orders, it's like we can't really implement that very easily when you're working with small proportions like in Minecraft. But with proportioning systems, we can kind of figure this out and lay out our builds according to how they used to do it. So yeah, let's get into it.
Much has been written about Greek proportioning systems, and most of it remains speculative, as almost nothing has come down to us on the subject in ancient literature. The Greeks are also known to have engaged sculptors as architects, and for this reason buildings tend to employ different, highly particularized proportions. This is evident, for example, in the plate from Mauche-Normand's Parallel of the Classical Orders that compares a number of Greek Doric buildings. Or these two plates from the same publication showing Greek Ionic and Corinthian examples.
Ionic, Corinthian.
As you can see, the proportions of both columns and entablatures are quite different from building to building.
Wait, go back to the Doric.
In an effort to...
Okay, I just wanted to see.
Or these two plates from the same publication showing Greek Ionic and Corinthian examples. As you can see, the proportions of both columns and entablatures are quite different from building to building. In an effort to subjugate the Greek types into a Renaissance system, 19th and 20th century architects made the Greek Doric 6 base diameters tall and set the entablature at 1/3 the height of the column.
Ooh,
the Greek Ionic and...
It's giving us proportions here. It's like 1:6, 1:7. Take a picture.
Tall and set the entablature at 1/3 the height of the column. The Greek Ionic and Corinthian variants, being similar enough to their Renaissance counterparts, were fixed at 9 and 10 diameters tall. This kind of standardization, of course, is quite contrary to original Greek practice.
Interesting.
However, a number of theories have been developed that seek to identify overriding proportioning strategies used by the Greeks. One theory, advanced in 1861 by British engineer Edward Cressy and published in Joseph Gwilt's Encyclopedia of Architecture, notes that in the elevations of many temples, the columns support a superstructure with an identical mass.
So basically, the columns and then the frieze and the pediment are equal. 20 squares, 20 squares.
Here, Cressy illustrates a 4-columned or tetrastyle Doric temple with a pediment which is square in proportion. You can see that the columns fit roughly into 20 squares, if the base diameter is used to determine the size of a square. The sum total of the entablature and the pediment above the columns is also 20 squares. We see the same equivalence of columns and superstructure in this 6-columned or hexastyle Doric temple facade with pediment, which assumes a 2:3 proportion. In this case, there are 36 squares respectively for the columns and superstructure. Here, the system appears to work for an octastyle pedimented elevation with 48 squares respectively for the columns and superstructure. In this case, the elevation assumes a 1:2 proportion.
Cool.
Cressy also applied the method to the more slender Ionic type, with similar results. Here, a tetrastyle Ionic temple facade with pediment, all inscribed in a square, yields 38/38 squares. And here, a hexastyle Ionic pedimented elevation gives 54/54 squares, and the whole is inscribed in a 2:3 rectangle. The problem with Cressy's proposed method is that it only works on pedimented elevations and cannot be universally applied to all Greek temples. Other proportioning systems are more likely to have been used by Greek architects.
In music. Look at this guy.
In the Greek mind, beauty was closely associated with number, at least since the days of Pythagoras in the late 6th and early 5th centuries BC. The influence of Pythagoras on the development of Greek and more generally Western thought is immense.
All right, he's about to say a whole bunch of stuff that I have no clue about. I know nothing about music.
Native of the island of Samos in Ionia, he resettled in the Greek colony of Croton in southern Italy, and is said to have studied with priests in Egypt and Phoenicia. He is best known for the trigonometric theorem that still bears his name. In Pythagoras' view of the world, number constitutes the very essence of being. Among his many observations, Pythagoras perceived that the first 4 numbers contain all the proportional intervals of music. According to legend, he made this discovery when he happened one day to be passing by a forge and noticed that the blacksmith's hammers rang out differently depending on their weight, making harmonious sounds when played one after the other, in various combinations. The weights of the hammers were 6, 8, 9, and 12 pounds, so that when they were struck, the musical tones they rang were a 4th, 5th, and octave. In other words, 4, 5, and 8 notes above a bass tone, do being the bass, fa, sol, and do. The mathematical ratios of these tones are, respectively, 3 to 4, 2 to 3, and 1 to 2, which Pythagoras' followers later showed can be measured out accurately by comparing the ratios of lengths of musical strings. So, for example, if we strike a string and sound a bass note, do, then put our finger 3/4 of the way along the string and strike it again, it will sound fa, which is the 4th note away from the bass note. Similarly, if we put our finger 2/3 of the way along the string, we will sound sol, which is a 5th note away from the bass. And finally, if we strike the string with our finger half the way along, we will sound another bass note, or do, which is 8 notes away from the original bass note, octo meaning 8 in Greek. In other words, when struck in sequence, these chord lengths sound a perfect musical 4th, a perfect 5th, and an octave. The Pythagoreans quickly recognized that when translated into lengths, these same ratios formed rectangles that had long before been considered beautiful. In other words, windows, doors, or building plans and elevations that exhibited 4 to 3, 3 to 2, or 2 to 1 proportions were deemed to be the fairest, just as 4ths, 5ths, and octaves were on the musical scale.
It's all connected,
This startling
bro.
revelation reinforced Pythagoras' belief that number and harmony were key to understanding the essence of the world.
True.
The consonances on which the Greek musical system was based, 4th, 5th, and octave, can thus be expressed by the arithmetic progression 1, 2, 3, 4. Just as startling to the Pythagoreans would have been the observation that these same ratios, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and 3 to 4, are also manifest in the principle of proportional means. The Greeks held that there are 3 different types of proportional means: arithmetic, geometric, and harmonic. A mean is a number, or a measure when units of length are involved, situated between 2 extremes so that its relationship to the extremes creates a regular progression. For instance, if one takes the ratio 6 to 12, in which the second number is twice the first one, we can deduce a mean that relates to the extremes so that each term exceeds the previous one by the same amount. 6 is to 9, as 9 is to 12. Here, the mean exceeds the first extreme by the same amount, 3, that the last one exceeds the mean. This is called an arithmetic progression.
Arithmetic.
By contrast, a geometric progression is one in which the mean exceeds the first number by the same ratio as the last one exceeds the mean. For example, if we take the numbers 4 and 9, the geometric mean will be 6, giving us the progression 4, 6, 9.
Geometric.
The third method of deriving a mean makes use of what is known as a harmonic progression, in which the mean exceeds one extreme and is exceeded by the other by the same fraction of the extreme. For example, if we begin with the numbers 6 and 12, the harmonic mean will be 8, giving us the progression 6, 8, 12. Here, 8 exceeds 6 by a third of 6, or 2, and 12 exceeds 8 by a third of 12, or 4.
Sorry, let's continue.
The proportions encrypted in the Parthenon in Athens are an example of the use of proportional means.
This is crazy.
Analysis of the building's plan and short elevations revealed that the ratio of short and long dimensions is consistently 4:9.
This is good. This is good. I need a picture of this. I may not fully
The geometric
understand
mean
it, but
between 9 and 4 is 6, which gives the
definitely
equal
still use it.
ratios 9:6 and 6:4. This translates as 3:2. In other words,
Oh,
a
so it's
perfect
geometric?
musical fifth.
geometric
All the
proportions.
important relationships in the Parthenon thus relate back to the Pythagorean musical scale.
Dude.
Greek number theory is not
Golden
confined to
ratio,
rational
dude.
progressions, but also includes irrational numbers, which cannot be written as simple fractions. As we have seen in the Pythagorean system, the first 4 numbers yield the most important ratios. One ratio, however, that the Greeks were aware of and may have deliberately employed in buildings is the so-called golden ratio. The ratio is produced if a line segment is divided in 2 parts, so that the ratio of the larger part to the smaller equals the ratio of the whole segment to the larger part.
Is this Pythagorean theorem? Oh, no.
A common way to construct this ratio is by taking the distance from the middle of a square's side to an opposite corner, and striking an arc from that corner until it aligns with the square's side, then raising a new rectangle. The ratio of the short side of the new rectangle to the long one will be 1 to 1.618. Although ratios yielding irrational numbers are often found in nature, for instance the successive arcs of a nautilus shell, the golden ratio occurs in the human body, most notably in the relation of the height of a person's navel from the floor to the height at the top of the head.
Hold on. Yeah. It's like, you see it all the time. Sacred geometry. Yeah. It's just, when I see stuff like that, I'm like, okay. The universe is basically built on math. But like we can probably only understand like a fraction of it. Even this is tough, bro. I'm like, huh?
It is thought that the sculptor Phidias, who oversaw the works on the Parthenon, employed the golden ratio to determine the relative heights of the entablature and pediment apex. For this reason, the golden ratio is today indicated with the Greek letter phi, which is the first letter in Phidias's name. In this geometric overlay, you can see how the last set of diminishing rectangles appear to precisely situate the entablature in the elevation. One objection that has been raised with regard to this theory is that the base of the larger inscribing rectangle extends below the crepidoma, or 3 steps of the temple's substructure, to the bottom of the stereobate, and does not account for the crepidoma's own outward projection, or the subtle curvatures employed in the elevation.
Stylobate, stereobate.
A characteristic of ancient Greek art and architecture is a tendency towards typological and geometric purity. This was driven by an interest in ideality, which permeated the arts, especially Athens, during the classical period when, under the leadership of the statesman Pericles, the Acropolis was reconstructed and embellished. The interest in typological purity is perhaps most evident in the Greek art of sculpture, where the human body, both male and female, is rendered in an unblemished, perfect state as divine will itself might have intended. It is also evident in the habit of reducing buildings to almost diagrammatic simplicity. Thus, the temple is a reductive image of a dwelling, the tholos is a perfect circle, and the theater a perfect half-round shape. The Greek obsession with ideality can be observed even when new building types were created to serve the expanding polis, or city. In this slide are 2 reconstructed civic buildings of the 3rd and 2nd centuries BC, which employ pristine reductive forms in a perfect fusion of form and function. As Greek cities grew and expanded and democratic systems of government were refined, new buildings were added to the urban repertoire. Late Greek cities usually had an ecclesiasterion, or assembly hall, and a bouleuterion, or council hall. The building types were standard even when their architects imbued them with highly particularized proportions. Greek city planning was either informal, with buildings arrayed in a seemingly casual manner as a collection of freestanding objects, or it was based on a gridded street pattern. An example of the informal approach is the Acropolis in Athens, shown here.
He's probably going to talk about it, but you can see this point right here. It like created the perfect 360 view where all of the points of the, like all the corners of each building lined up.
At first glance, the various buildings, including the Parthenon, Erechtheum, and Propylaea, appear to ignore each other's orientation and proportions.
Nope. Yep.
After careful study of the Acropolis and other Greek urban settings in the 1930s, architect Constantine Doxiadis advanced the intriguing theory that despite their apparent informality, many sites appear to have deliberately set buildings so that they create visual contiguities when viewed from important vantage points, for instance, the eastern threshold of the Propylaea, or gatehouse of the Acropolis. In Doxiadis' rendering below right, you can see these contiguities, which even include features in the distant landscape, such as Mount Lycabettus. The second approach to the layout of cities was the gridded street plan. This method was perfected by the Ionian architect Hippodamus, who is said to have produced the plans of the cities of Miletus, Priene, Piraeus, and more. In this view of Miletus, you can see all the familiar Greek building types set into an orthogonal urban matrix. A similar urban matrix is seen at Priene, with temples, theater, stoas, council house, etc., worked into a gridded pattern of urban blocks.
Okay, look. Look at these houses. I need to build some of these. I feel like what I built now is kind of like farmhouses almost. Look at all of these are like closed on a grid. They wouldn't have had yards, it doesn't look like, so I might have to... I might have to make some more of the... I'll show you in creative after.
The relationship of these components can be appreciated even better in this plan of the city's civic center. The Greeks, of course, did not think in planimetric terms, but instead perspectively. This orthographic drawing renders the urban spaces and buildings as a pattern, so that one does not appreciate the sculptural nature of many of the civic edifices. This drawing by Doxiadis shows that Hippodamus merged his new gridded approach with the older perspectival system of sizing and placing buildings so that they form visual contiguities.
Basically creating sight lines from important areas. Vantage points.
Often the pursuit of ideality in Greek architecture involved adaptation of typologically pure forms to complex sites. Examples of localized level changes are the Propylaea and Erechtheum on the Athenian Acropolis. More usually, however, uneven or difficult terrain was shaped into step terraces that allowed buildings to stand as perfect sculptural objects. This late Greek approach to architecture was adopted by the Romans in the period of the Republic. Sanctuaries like that of Fortuna at Praeneste were configured on the model of Hellenistic terraced sites, with geometrically pure buildings and spaces deployed on either side of the central approach.
W. Baldy.
We will look more closely at Roman architecture in the next segment.
Sick. That was tough, bro. When he was talking about all the music stuff and how they would like coordinate music with proportions. Hold on, let me see if I can find the slides here. Dude, like all of this, they were like, these music proportions sound good. And they also are related to rectangles that we think are beautiful too. It's like, how bored do you have to be to think of that? Like, that's crazy. And then they came up with, look at this. There's three different methods of proportional means. So there's arithmetic, geometric, and harmonic. And it's like so crazy. These guys were so goated with their with their methods. Dude. This is the type of stuff that I want to know and I want to be implementing into our builds. We'll probably watch this next video probably tomorrow. It's a 50-minute video, so we'll split it up again like we did the last one. But that was sick. That was dope. Ugh. Dude, they're crazy, bro. This has been so interesting to learn about. This is what I built yesterday. I don't know if it's... I used a reference that was a 3D model. And I don't know if this is actually what it would have looked like. So I've got to do my research. I did like a quartz front. Like a decorated front. And then there's like a pool. And it's supposed to be, I think, a library. So there's going to be another section back here that I haven't built. But I kind of, I feel like I kind of cooked with these pillars. I used tuff, and it looks like that green marble. And then I did like a column top. And then I was going to do, let's see. Just going to do end crystals in here. Like that. But what else was I doing? Oh yeah, I've been doing the Parthenon here. Pantheon here. I always get Parthenon and Pantheon mixed up. I haven't really done much else, but I have the shapes and everything all laid out. And here's the buildings I was thinking of. Like I said, I feel like these are more like countryside buildings now. Now that I've seen like the city proportions, I need to build more of these like on a square grid ones. So maybe I'll come in later and do that. I've got the stoas built. We'll have to implement those. I also was doing these Mediterranean style trees. I don't really I know there's different types of trees, but I don't really know how to make trees, custom trees yet. But I might try to build a couple of these in the server. I keep saying this, I need to build this. Oh, you know what we'll do? I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna mock it up in the world. Get my stick. Oh, it's not done though. Finish this. I actually can't see because the chat here. I think I do Control Alt Save, Control Alt S. Track, field. Then I don't think I've saved the stoa yet. This is the Echo stoa, which is kind of like a one-sided stoa. For that. I want to lay these out because I kind of know how they're supposed to be in Olympia. Let me start the server. Grab the small one too. Mini Echo Stoa. And I haven't finished the big Echo Stoa yet, or the big Stoa. Got stairs on one side and I need to do them over here as well as light it up. Yeah, dude. Some screenshots we got. Stoa, Tholos, Stadium. I have the Stadium done. Gymnasium. I'll have to look that up. Theater. We have the theater done. This is like a public meeting house. I don't know what this is. Probably like a smaller public meeting house. Fountain house. Oh yeah, look. Kind of tells us assembly halls. Oh yeah, and I was gonna do these too. We'll just hop into the server. These will be easy. So these are all the treasuries that are in Olympia. This is for each like faction of Greece. And Olympia is like where they would have the Olympics basically. So each faction would bring treasure or donations or something to the games as their tribute. Pretty sure. Oh, and this is the 3D model I used as a reference. I don't know if the front looked like that. Yeah. Just a few other screenshots we've been taking. So this is how the stadium's gonna be laid out with the Echo Stoa. And I think I know where I want to put it. It's just a little temple right there. All right. Servers up. I also got shaders working again. Check out this armor, bro. Yeah, put it on. It's not fully enchanted yet. I didn't do the boots or the helmet yet. It's tough though. It also looks pretty tough. I think it looks better actually without shaders. But it's silence, amethyst, silence, netherite, silence, amethyst, silence, netherite. Just blackout. Blackout and the purple is sick. I'll have to finish enchanting it later. Oh, it does emit light. That's what I was asking earlier. Oh, now that we have shaders up, I want to show you the sewers. Look, I did a little bit of work last night. Go back to my house. So I've got two entrances. I've got one that goes down to my storage room down here. Got a little basement going. Not done. Oop. And then this one, you gotta kind of dive in. Hold on, I'll get it. There we go. Oh shoot, I'm not on the right window here. Boom. It's a little pipe that goes to my house. Come check this out though. Yeah. It looks crazy. I'll have to put more mud down there. Oh, yeah, you can kind of hear the geyser. That's so cool. Such a good update, dude. Wait, do I have ortho camera? Do I have the ortho camera on? No, wait. Maybe maps will show it. Wish I could see the sewers. That's what I'm trying to do. Oh. Yo, look. It's so cool. You can see the sewer layout here. Oh, yo, I want this off. Oh. Did the allay get in the boat? I didn't know allays could get in boats. Interesting. I also found out allays cannot move boats. So I think we were talking yesterday about how allays you can put a allay on a lead and then lead to the boat, and the allay will transfer mobs for you, but it's debunked. Does not work. Alright. Let's cruise over to the open field over here. Let me see what mocking up these two buildings looks like. And then I don't really know what I'm gonna be doing today. I was thinking maybe doing more work on the Acropolis, just sort of laying out the grounds. Yeah. Let's check it out. I might also change that roof to be green so it can match the gazebo. We'll see. There's what I'm thinking. What did I call it? Track and field. You rotate it. Yeah. Crash my game again, bro. Yeah, something like this. Oh, it's so big, bro. Dude. That's tough. I should probably move it like way into this mountain. Here. It's like a mini valley. We've got the warden trapped. Wait, is the warden over here still? Oh yeah, we're good. Just wasn't rendering. He better be over there. Let me move this. Like just have it tucked away into this corner here, in between the aqueduct and the mountain. Okay, it's too close. Yeah, that's sick. And then we don't have to build the wall on this side. We can just build the land up to it. Do like a little mini, little road back here. Oh, I didn't finish this, I guess. Yeah, do a road that goes alongside the aqueduct here. Do like a building or something back here. Oh. I've been playing too much creative. I thought I could just fly through that. And then what they did in Olympia is they used the Echo Stoa to hide the track and field, to hide the stadium. Let's load schematic. Echo Stoa. Go up to the aqueduct here. Yo, is this area like too small for what we're trying to build? Here's what I'm thinking too. So Let's see if I can pull up a picture. Show you what I'm thinking. Yeah. Yeah. Kind of lines up with the other track here. Oh. Oh. Wait. Just want to make sure it's all... Is that lined up? Yeah, it's lined up. It's all on the same level. Yeah, like right there. Here's what I'm thinking. Dude, this is gonna look so crazy. This is gonna be so cool. I'm gonna load in the small stoa, see what that looks like. It's like area's kind of small for what we want to do. Wait, what am I doing? Schematic placements. Just gonna line it up here. I think I'm gonna like the small stoa better, to be honest. Because it does sort of line up with this back part here. It's a nice coincidence. And it's gonna be less sandstone. And it still functions to hide the stadium. Might have to lower this one. And I did want to also put like a victory arch right here. Let's see what this looks like kind of closer. Oh shoot, really messed it up. Yeah, dude. Dude, that's huge. I wonder if I've got... Yeah, here we go. Lucky guess. And then this is the amphitheater. I wish that it would show it on the map, but I guess that'll have to come later. So amphitheater right here, stadium right here, Echo Stoa, and then the rest of Olympia up in here. And then we'll probably do village or like buildings, houses, public buildings, probably something connected to the water here. Public buildings, dude. This one, I think I'm for sure going to build with Lightmatica. And then the other one, just because it's a semicircle, which is crazy hard. But then the other ones, I kind of want to build them. They're pretty, they seem like we could probably build them just raw dogging it. Show them to you again. This is how I kind of want it laid out with the stadium and the Echo Stoa. Let me pull up the picture again. I've got it. Yeah. So laid out kind of like this. You got the Echo Stoa, got the track, and I think what they did is they hid the track with the Echo Stoa. That's why it was that's why it was right there. I've got a small Echo Stoa, and then I've got a big one. The big one's more accurate, but I've kind of realized that this space is a little small. Could be cool though. Could still be cool. This could be crazy. Alright, I'm gonna go do some more work on the Acropolis up here. This is gonna be tight though. I'm most excited for the amphitheater and the stadium. They're both going to be really cool builds. And then what I'm thinking, so we'll do another couple big temples. I want to build like a really big version of this. This one's kind of small. I built it to be a portal temple, and I didn't really think that we were going to go this hard on Greek stuff. But now that we're getting into it, I'm like, okay, I want to build like an actual massive, like Parthenon style temple. I also cleared out this area for the gazebo we're gonna put in. Okay, we got the Colosseum. This area is gonna go so hard once we get it all finished. That's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be like in a year or something, probably, maybe 2 years. All right, give me a second. Box myself in here. I gotta use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. All right, BRB. Bro, and then after that, what if we did Dark Olympia on the nether roof? Yo, the schematics, they're big, but I like it. Yeah, dude, I don't feel like it's too big though. I feel like I kind of, oh, I turned it off. I kind of tucked it away. So here's what I was thinking when I put it down. Tuck it away, like, in between the aqueduct and this mountain here, and then put the stoa. I can also do the small stoa, It's not too big, just everything else we've done is kind of small. Dude, I know, we kind of underdid the size of the builds of the temple and Colosseum. Dude, I know. Well, okay, the Colosseum was, it was fit for the space. I think the Colosseum's great. Honestly, it is kind of small, but it fits in the area. The temple also, it's like I built this so long ago, it's like I couldn't have known what the rest of it was going to look like. But we'll definitely build bigger stuff. I want to build like a bigger version of this, a couple bigger versions of this down in Olympia. The small still looks better though. Yeah. Okay. Here, let me load it. Yeah, and then that leaves us more space over here too. And it still functions to cover up this. I also did kind of like that it lined up with the edge of the stadium here. Kind of a happy coincidence. Yeah. You also got to keep in mind we have this mound over here. We have this mound over here. And then over here we have that mountain behind the aqueduct. You can do tons of stuff with that. The hard part is making the builds close enough together so you don't have to fly everywhere, but also enough space to actually build stuff. Yeah. Yeah, and I always thought this area was going to be way too big to build in, but now that I've laid out these two things, I'm like, ooh. It's kind of cramped a little bit. Don't have a ton of space. Wish I had a... Let's see. I might have a good picture of Olympia. No, I don't. Wish I had a picture of the layout of Olympia. Well, I guess I kind of do. It's kind of hard to see. Yeah. I kind of wanted to model this area to look like Olympia a little bit. So like there would be like a cool like garden right here. There'd be the Temple of Helena, the Temple of something else. I can't remember what the other god was. And then there'd be like treasuries on this mound over here. And then another Echo Stoa, I think, over here. But I like that it's centered around the valley. I think come medieval cathedral period, we'll go to the other side of the valley, then builds on the other side with Gemsy. Yeah, Asiatic builds on the other side with the Japanese temple. Dude, would be sick to have a periodic pieces surrounding the valley. Maybe, dude, that's what I was thinking too. Look, so Egyptian stuff though. Egyptian stuff. I'm thinking what, like Wild West along the river, like a Wild West town, Egyptian stuff in the desert. I think that could go so hard. Or Mayan, dude. Mine would be easy. I don't know if that's like too far away, but this is such a cool area too. It'd be a shame not to utilize it. Let's look over here. Cathedral. Where did the cathedrals go? I still need to build the road. Guess it's okay to wait. And look, we have this whole area. We could easily terraform this up. Like if we terraformed it up to this level up here, that'd be so easy. That would also create so much more space up in here. Oh, yo, and we have so much space. You could easily do a big cathedral over in this corner here. I was also saying yesterday, so I finished this dig. I was gonna do a villager trader mecca. And then I wanted to build a lake down in here. So like the river goes down. This is a lake. Look, that'd look nice. It's a big lake right here. Oh, I'm out of rockets. Shoot. Go sleep up here. Yeah, dude. I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves though. I want to stay dialed in on the Greek stuff. I'm not going to do the thing where I get distracted and like this is still not even done. This build's still not even done. Just it's my fatal flaw, as they say. Oh, I have a whole stack of, I don't need these. Alright, let's go back. I'm gonna do the Acropolis. Some work on that. Dude, mine would be easy. I think also it'd be fitting too. I know we still got to do the volcano build. I don't want to not do that because of something else we built, but it'd be cool to do like Pompeian ruins or something at the base of the volcano. Just a thought. It would go well with the Greek stuff. Let me turn off. Let me label these. Let's see. This is track. It's so much better if you label these. I'm so bad about it. Small stoa. I'll just delete the big one. Actually, I shouldn't have deleted it. Where is it? Echo Stoa. I wish there was a way to turn that sound off, the clicking sound. What if we put that like way out there? What's this? What's this about? Just a pumpkin farm out here? Interesting. I guess we could even bring it out further. I'll just see how Olympia is laid out. Take another look. Just thoughts. Alright, let's get to the Acropolis. I'm gonna build like a new land first, and I'll say. I'm gonna build like a lower retaining wall, like a walkway. Give the Acropolis a little more foundation. I'm gonna start with the stairs here. We unload these real quick. Amp. Odin of Hero. Yes. Atticus. Cool. I probably need more just regular sandstone too. I want to take out this wall. I want to take out this rock. Doesn't make sense to have it super ugly. I'm gonna fill it in. Start with this. I'll do a little retaining wall here, cover up this rock. We'll figure out something to do on top. I don't know why this is the way it is, but whatever. Oh, it lines up. That's so nice. Need more materials. I'm just gonna bring this up. And then maybe do like a little green section right there. I think it may be some pillars, some decorative pillars or something. We'll see. See what looks good. It's almost nighttime. Let's put this away, I guess. Right now. Lines up perfectly. That's so nice. It makes me very happy. Yeah, dude. Oh, I thought I had grass. Two more layers here. I guess I'll bring this out, huh? I don't know how that lines up, but it's all good. Ah. Wasn't really thinking here. Where are the stairs? 6 wide? 6 wide, bro. Oh, where are these? 1, 2, 3, 7. Let me fill this in. Stew on that for a second. Figure out what I should do. But I'm good on smooth. Probably should just continue the pattern here. I wasn't really into it. Wasn't really ready when I first made this. It was just more placeholder. And look, it goes in one. Too fast for the server sometimes. Maybe I'll do like little steps up to something right here. Let me get moss and fill that in. So I don't know what to do with this too. Get rid of it for now, I guess. I wonder if I could do like a reflecting pool up here. It might be nice over on that side. Wait till we get rid of the beacon though. Out. Get more moss. Wait, what's this? Nothing. Out of moss. Oh, it's easy. We can go collect it. I'm doing it in this area because this is where I'm digging for the amphitheater, so I figured it's kind of passively progressing this. two birds, one stone. Yeah, that should be enough for like 2 stacks. Okay, that's enough. I gotta sleep anyway. Do I have any torches? I should probably light this up, huh? It's fine. Some hay and moss. I'm gonna fill the empty space on this wall. Probably do some moss down here too. I don't know if this is gonna look good, but probably do moss in here too, to be honest. I don't know quite what to do with this side of the temple. I was thinking maybe doing like flower boxes or some sort of tree, do some trees or something. I don't know. Do this real quick first. I'm gonna do this, and then I was gonna do some pillars on top of this. That might be too obstructive. That staircase is already kind of cramped, so it might not look good. Nah, I don't like it. I think there needs to be a little way going this way. We'll see. All right, I need quartz. I want quartz. Wait, did I just pass it? Let me throw this away. Where's our quartz at? Oh. I don't think I put any in here. Oh, here we go. There's probably actually more over at the castle area, but let's throw this up. One, two, three, four, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll line it up. And we'll do another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go grab some more quartz. I'm gonna do some decorative pillars in that area. Maybe do like a little pool. We'll see. Oh yeah, holy quartz. Do we have chiseled? My bad, had to grind for a bit, but I love the idea of Pompeii and the ruined part of the Greek build beneath the volcano. Hell yeah. That'll be later though. I'm still like, I don't wanna lose sight of what we're doing right now. Gotta watch a bunch of videos on Pompeii. I don't know a whole lot about it. I need like smooth quartz. This is smooth. I can't tell the difference between these. Maybe I need this? Now, how do you make smooth quartz? Do you have to toast it? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Quartz stairs. It won't make a huge difference. Okay. Oh, chiseled. Chiseled. I'll just make a whole stack of chiseled. Let me get the happy gas for this. I'm doing some pillars, decorative pillars to fill this space, and then I might do like a little pool. Got rid of that ugly rock wall and just filled it in, but it's kind of like this big block, so I figured I'd put something in it. I'm sort of messing with these. Supposed to sort of look like wings. Let me go around the other side. like asymmetrical. They might suck. They might be kind of sucky. Oh, no, I didn't get pillar, bro. Dude, I thought I grabbed a whole stack of pillar. Dude. Maybe I'll do, maybe I'll keep them more simple. Pillar. I'll just make some. Like the mixing, of course. It's time, dude. I did it a little bit. I did a little bit on the inside of the temple, but I also was considering building the Temple of Athena Nike out of it. But I like this better. I might do, I don't know if this is going to be the final design for these. Maybe do it on the other side too. I might put campfires in there. Make them light sources. Sleep. It's a good start. It's good to start adding some dark and lighter stuff. That's where I feel like the sulfur and even the endstone would be good. Different parts of the city potentially. Maybe when we get to the super wealthy part of the city, it can be made out of quartz, dude. I think you talked about it in the video, but there's a regular building, and then there's principal building. And the principal building is like temples, public buildings, altars, and then regular buildings like the cities and stuff. How the hell is this zombie still alive? Oh my lord. Yeah, it's special words for the nice buildings and then the normal buildings. It's like something Teconitis. I'm probably butchering it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe we'll chill out over here. But yeah, I'm down with that too. Do 5. Yeah, I might put campfires in those. I might put soul campfires in those. I don't have any quartz up here. I'm gonna get the soul campfires. Get the quartz first before I forget. I can probably just craft it, yeah. Oh, and you don't even need... Okay. You can craft it with, you can craft chiseled with 2 slabs. I forgot about that. Cool. Soul campfire. We might have some of these. Can't remember. Oh. Negative. How to make soul campfire. Easy. So dumb. Here we go. This way. Crash. Oh. Oh. It's a little tall. Just slightly too tall. Shoot. Actually, we fly away. No, it's good. Nah. Too tall. Should've just done this. There we go. Ooh. Okay, easy, and then I should have to build up one. That one's still too tall. Ah. All good. I might get rid of that one. I'm gonna get rid of that one. I wanted to line this up, but that one's kind of throwing it off. Yeah, and I don't want to continue them either because it's not centered. Let's do these 3. Let's see, what can we do here? Quartz? Do I have enough quartz? I'll do the bricks. Oh, I killed the bat. Need to put... I don't have any torches, bro. It's cheaper to just do torches than to fill it in. I used to be kind of crazy about you always have to fill things in, but now I'm trying to chill out. I'll do a soul torch, that's fine. Oop. Do I go crazy here? I think I'm gonna go crazy here. Show you what I mean. I did a little mock-up in creative and I used this certain block for a reflecting pool. I think it would look really cool. And I've got a bunch of it, I think. Let's see. Did I use this? What did I use? I think I used... I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use this. I think that would look cool. I still remember what you said. You're talking about how you're watching a creator and the creator basically said, why wouldn't you build with colors and be as eccentric and creative as possible? Like, this is a sandbox game. We'll see. See, this might be ugly. Also could be cool though. I don't know how I feel about the moss. It's kind of not very clean. Get rid of it for now. Just do a little bit. Sparingly. You can also do this where you just take out a block. That makes it look like it's been just covered with moss rather than doing a whole block. I don't know, is that kind of ugly? Let me look. Wouldn't really see it, and if we use this block again, then it could be on theme. Where it's at? Where did I put this? In here, I guess. Need water. I need rockets. There's an end chest down here. I'll grab some. Do I line it up with this? That's what I'm wondering. That makes like this weird shape here. I'm just gonna bump this over, right? Here we go. I'll figure out what to do with this later. Boom. Oh, accidentally killed that. That's looking pretty clean. Oh, dude, okay, I love the whatever that's called, chiseled prismarine bricks for the pool. That looks so nice, bro. Little reflecting pool action, dude. Oh, I'm so stoked. This is such a fun game, bro. This is what life's all about, bro. What it is. Do some of this here. Figure out what to do over here. This feels like a big empty thing right here. Maybe do more pillars. Something. Why is that tripping out, bro? Why are you tripping? It's probably because of the shaders. Also, I guess I could reduce this back, or take this back. Create a little more room. Just have it line up with that wall. Let's mock up. Let's. Do I still have the schematic placement for the? Yeah, we do. Oh, but my shaders are messing with it. There we go. Just want to throw that in there and then we can see what it all looks like together. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude, that's gonna look so clean. Do a screenshot here. Hell yeah. I had an idea too. I'm gonna get the chiseled prismarine out. I'm thinking for this. It's a bit of chiseled prismarine action in here. Yeah, dude. I'll show you what it looks like with shaders in a second here. Hopefully I have enough. Oh yeah, we're chilling. Yeah, dude. Look at that with the chiseled prismarine. Is that what this is called? Yeah, prismarine bricks. That's sick. Alright, brother. Let's take a look. Oh, it's a chicken jockey. Not anymore. Clean this up. Yeah, look at this. With the prismarine bricks, looks crazy. And then I was saying earlier, should move this like fountain feature. Put it over on this side. And have it kind of waterfall over into the waterfall over here. Dog, this is so cool. I wish you could ride spiders. See what it looks like on the map now. Yeah, dude. Sick. That was a pretty good session. It is now about time where I'm gonna hop off. Go work out, go eat food, and kind of go throughout the rest of my day. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. We'll cruise and do some more stuff tomorrow. We'll start that other video. And yeah, I can't wait to get working on some of these things. I want to focus the Acropolis for now and make sure that gets like all finished and planned out. And then we'll dude, that actually looks fire. And then we'll continue with Olympia and Athens and Amphitheater, the rest of Greece, Rome. But cool. I'll see you tomorrow. Love you, bubs. Peace.